Hey guys, before we all sit down, I've noticed there's a lot of talk about your racist uncle and your Fox News dad and how to survive his crazy bullshit during Thanksgiving. I would like to make a video for all the racist uncles out there, all the Fox News dads who are sick of having to deal with infants. It's like someone going up to you who never watches football and going, you're not invited to Thanksgiving because you like the Washington Redskins. And you go, oh, they're racist, are they? Yeah. What's your team? I don't have a team. I don't follow football, but I know your team is racist. And you go, and you want to lose it. You want to strangle them. But we're not doing that this Thanksgiving because, guys, racist uncles, Fox News dads, it's about adrenaline control, okay? We're going to remain calm. We're going to keep it interrogative. We're going to show them the glass house they're throwing stones from. What's your favorite team? See, it's about them, not the Washington Redskins. And if you want to talk about the Washington Redskins, let's name a player. What game did you watch? What does the logo come from? Are there other teams that use the term Redskin? Are some of them perhaps American Indians? Hey, with immigration, how many immigrants are there? And just be eating. How many are there again? And then you can hear their crazy numbers. They should range from 12 to 20 is the smartest liberals. The actual number is closer to 30, 40, 50. But I've had 70 billion thrown at me once. 70 billion. Billion. So when they say that, you just go, okay, well, that sounds like quite a lot of people. And then you let the other smarter liberals sort of figure out that their representative is out of her mind. Then they bring up homophobia, you're homophobic, you're transphobic. And you explain to her politely that I think the biggest problem the LGBTQ has is that no one gives a shit. We don't like when you bankrupt a bakery because you didn't get a pie, but overall, we don't think about gays. You're 1% of the population. Trans people are killing themselves. No, they're not. And who are you talking about again? Who are these trans people? Who are these people committing suicide en masse and getting murdered? It doesn't exist, but okay. And then it gets to Trump. Now, easy way out of this is to go, what exact sentence did he say that you're mad about? And they'll say something that he didn't say, and then you can just go, he didn't say that. And quietly move on. Adrenaline control. But then they go, well, he said you can just force women to kiss you if you're rich, and they can be fired. Well, that's illegal, that's sexual assault. But is this the bus conversation again? The bus conversation from 11 years ago! He was marveling at groupies and what they let you get away with. Imagine, I know you don't find him attractive and you keep saying he's orange. God, you guys love that he's orange and that his name was Drumpf. You don't mind John Lieberman's real name, but you love the Drumpf thing. He was marveling at how crazy it is when women want to fuck you. Look at Elvis Presley singing Love Me Tender. He goes in the audience. They kiss him. He gets away with it. Donald Trump wasn't even going, yeah, I kiss him. He's going, it's crazy. I kiss him. You can grab their pussy. It's like when he said you could shoot someone on 46th Street. He can't believe that you can get away with that. It's actually a feminist thing to be outraged and shocked at what groupies let you do. He's not saying it should be, and you want to stay calm. And he says, then they move it to diversity and multiculturalism. And you go, you realize that Trump isn't against any of this stuff. He's bucking the establishment. He's the punk rock president. We're kicking out the American monarchy. We're not having any more president's wives or president's sons anymore. Well, what if he hires his kids? I'll be pissed. You got to throw them a bone, by the way, when you're arguing and say, that's a good point. And yeah, that will suck. Oh, he hates being insulted. Do you see the debate? The only thing he has to say about the Supreme Court is that someone was mean to him once and insulted him. Yeah, I was pissed off about that. That sucked. Now you're human, you see. They see you as the head of the Klan. The Klan. What Klan? Oh, the ones galloping through universities, leaving lynched fucking ropes on assistant professors' doors? Yeah, they do that. He doesn't want to get the difference out, as you keep repeating. He wants us to stop filleting the idea of multiculturalism and pretending it's the very fabric of our society. Maybe assimilation has some merit. We've always had immigrants. I know, they assimilated. Let's encourage that for a change. And then it gets into sexism and the pay gap, and you go, maybe go to the bathroom and pretend to pee. Just take a glass with you, fill it up with water, and then pour it in the toilet in case they can hear you, and just Take some time. Don't fucking have hard liquor, too. That makes you ornery, especially if you're Scottish. Stay away from bourbon and whiskey. There is no wage gap. Oh, yeah, women earn more. I mean, women earn less. You think women earn more? They do. In their 20s, when they don't have kids, they tend to earn more. In fact, a lot of them earn less because they make less ambitious choices. They'd rather be home with the family, it seems, than be with their kids. And then you make that sound good, too. You say, they'd rather go to a piano recital than stay up all night, working on the BHS proposal, whatever. And that sounds good. You see, you have to speak in their terms. Like with immigration, you go, it's only good for rich white people in both countries. It actually hurts the small towns that these people come from. It usurps their culture and takes all their dudes away. But now you're starting to get mad, and they start talking about racism and how racist America is and how racist you are. Racist, that word, it's just like boo, and it's supposed to make you run away. And they go, the country, you hate black people. And you go, why do you accept it as a given, again, interrogative, that giving black people welfare makes them better off? And they go, this country was built on slavery. They keep moving the goalposts. And you go, it was arguably built on slavery up until about 1865. We didn't start slavery, we ended it. We lost 650,000 men to abolishing slavery. America started from scratch in 1865. The balance sheet was zero after that. If you take over a restaurant that's been firebombed and you turn it into Nobu, they don't go, well, the original people built that restaurant. No, the restaurant was torched when I got here. And then they go, you're racist. And you go, I'm not fucking racist for the last time. Some of my best friends are black. You think I'm racist? What's this? A black friend, you fucking idiot! The whole country started from scratch. I'm sorry it sucked to be black, but right now, as of today, white people are what? Number 16 in the charts of ethnic success. We got Lebanese Americans, Indian Americans are at the top. Aziz Ansari and Hassan Minhaj. We got fucking African immigrants are doing better than whites in this country. We got Kenyans, Japanese, Chinese. Why does anybody talk about Asian privilege? You know how many people grab their purse when a fucking Chinese woman gets on the elevator? Fucking zero! Because people notice a pattern. And the Indians, oh, the Indians. Fucking the Indians were our best adversary ever! We fought them for 400 years, and we won! How long did we fight the Nazis for? What, 2 years? We did it in less time and less money than it took to build the Obamacare website. But no, we gotta take about the Indians and talk about them being victims. I'm sick of doing that shit, because it shits on Indians! They didn't go, oh no, you're taking our land. They went, for 400 years, generations and generations and generations of white people went, well, I guess we're never going to win this fucking war. These guys got it. We eventually got it. And that's the way all of history works. You're going to give Japan back to the fucking Ainu? You're going to give Taipei back in Taiwan? They got aboriginals. Everyone has aboriginals. You know what? We're fucking leaving. Emily, get your stuff, pack your bags. Kids, put that down. We're leaving right now.
Calm down.
No, I'm not fucking settling down. Every year it's the same shit. You guys want to argue with me with no facts. You hate facts.
All right, relax.
Well, I hate you. Goodbye.
No, come on.
Come on, Gavin. That's
down.
ridiculous.
Come back here.
Let's have some pie.
Milo Yiannopoulos got in a lot of trouble for saying feminism is cancer, and he's right. Feminism kills women. The myth that women are the same as men puts women in danger. You see this in the military. The whole concept that women should be Marines, they should get out there, they should fight. You're putting them in harm's way. Same with the police. When you make women police, I understand they're good for domestics. When they talk, they can talk a guy down better than a man can. But I don't understand why there are so many female police officers. They're not strong. They're like super fat police officers. Doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm not just saying this. I've talked to a lot of cops about this, and most of the male cops off the record, which is the only way you can talk to cops these days, go, yeah, I don't really get it either. They're really just human walkie-talkies who can go, help! Same with the FDNY. That woman, we had a woman in the Post this weekend talking about how heavy the equipment is. Yeah, it is heavy if you're frail. It's not heavy when you weigh 280 pounds and you're a giant. Then carrying a person out of a burning building isn't heavy. So it's not just less safe for you, it's less safe for us, the victims of the fire. But anyway, I was thinking, there was a story recently about a woman who she was groped by a man. I'm going to assume it's a black crackhead in the middle of the night. But anyway, she was groped by a man, And she shoved him, and then he shoved her in front of the tracks, and she was hit by the train. She's fine, thank God. But one part of the article that really jumped out at me that, of course, the newspaper didn't touch was it happened at 4:20 a.m. Now, what the hell is a young lady doing taking the subway home at 4:20 a.m.? Hey, guys who were with her that night, why did you let a woman go home at 4:20 a.m.? A woman is a Lamborghini. She's not a truck. So you put in the premium stuff. She shouldn't be doing shots all night and then driving through a dirt road of Rapesville, because that's what it is when you let a woman take the train home at 4:20 a.m. Just the day before, we learned about Kate Corcoran, an editor at some real estate blog, who was just sitting on her phone and you got her face slashed. New York City is still dangerous. We still got a murder a day in this city. And the idea that you're going to be safe saving what, 10, 15 bucks? You probably spent 30 at least on booze that night. You're going to be safer at 4:20 a.m.? That's the myth of feminism. I blame feminism. And we saw this when many years ago at my local in New York, Max Fish, Nicole Dufresne. She's coming back, and some Puerto Rican black kid, I believe his name was Rudy Fleming. That was his name. We kept saying back then, Fry Rudy. That's how I remember his name. But he points a gun at her, and what does she do? Does she do what normal people would do and just give the guy the money and go, thank God I'm alive? No, she goes, what are you going to do, shoot me? He shoots her dead. Now, by the way, her boyfriend had a funeral for her that involved an African rope burning ceremony just to make sure there was no racial animosity, because that's the first priority when someone murders your girlfriend. But anyway, the Post put it as, she was killed for smiling. You don't get it, okay? First of all, when you have some black ghetto kid and you go, what are you going to do, shoot me, you pussy? In that world, if he doesn't shoot you, he's a pussy for life. I'm not advocating this. I'm just saying you have to be aware of different cultures. And when that woman was down in the subway at 4:20 a.m., she was saying to that crazy homeless man, I'm a whore. I'm human garbage. Now, she's not, and I'm not blaming the victim, but it's context. You know, if you're wearing a suit with money hanging out of it and walking through Harlem or Baltimore at 4 in the morning, you're kind of saying to people, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm a victim. Now, we have to teach men to rape. We have to teach men not to rape, sorry. We're doing our darndest. They go to jail for 15 years. But crazy people don't listen to our lessons. So you have to understand that you're a valuable commodity. And the feminists are wrong when they tell you, just take the train home like a dude. If someone comes near you, just watch. I've seen Kick-Ass 2. Just take out your butterfly knife and chop his head off. And we saw this too with the riots in Berkeley, where that dreaded chick goes, I'm going to get 100 Nazi scalps. And she goes up against a Marine who knocks her lights out. This keeps happening again and again. You keep telling women that they kick ass and they can kick Nazi ass and they can change the world. All they have to do is go there and show all these myths, and they can prove how cool they are and how awesome they are and how wrong we are with our stupid data. Like that woman, what was her name? Amanda Kijera. She goes, yeah, these global stats are trying to tell us that, oh, third world rape is so big and Haiti's so dangerous. Oh, why? Because they're black? Watch this. I'm going to go to Haiti and show you how safe it is. So she does, and she gets raped. And here's the crazy part. As she's getting raped, as she lies underneath this guy, this animal, she goes, I'm a Malcolm X scholar. I'm sorry to laugh at rape, but I'm a Malcolm X scholar. Like he was going to go, whoa, all right, my cool white sister. We are both unified in the oppression. The white man is oppressing us both. You are right to come here and just, he's French. He doesn't even know who Malcolm X is. What the hell are you doing? This is feminism. This is communism, by the way. When you tell lies for the greater good, you put people in danger. This is why the West is the freest and most godlike culture in the world, because it's the farthest away from lies. When you give power to the individual and say, try the truth out, you're empowering them. When you lie and say, you're as tough as a man, you're putting them in danger. Leftism, liberalism gets women raped. Last case I'm going to end on is Pippa Becca. She hitchhiked, I believe it was from Greece, and she goes, there is this lie going on about rapists. They say that in Turkey they are rape. And it's not true. Watch this. So she puts on a wedding dress and she hitchhikes to Turkey and quickly gets raped. Raped, strangled to death, left in the bushes to die. Now, when she's seen at 2 a.m. by this Muslim sociopath in Turkey, she's saying that she's human garbage, at least to him. And I've heard this said about the refugees in Germany. They don't understand women, Western women. So they see blondes and they go, oh, I saw you in pornos. You like to get raped. You're a whore. You're human garbage. I've seen you in these porns. That's their only context. So you have to understand when you're dealing with a troglodyte society that's hundreds of years behind us, they see a woman like that and they go, wedding dress, human garbage, rape, strangle, kill. I'm sorry, it's not pretty, but that's the reality. Other cultures are worse than us, and women are not the same as men. Women are not as strong as men. When you pretend they are, you're leaving them vulnerable to rape. By the way, if it's any consolation prize, ladies, you're sentient beings who are magic that can create life. You can't beat me up, but you can make human beings. Why don't you take that as a plus and give up on this stupid myth of you being me? What's going on with your car there? You got to replace the tranny?
Yeah, I've got... Really, man? I've got to replace the battery.
Well, the last time we spoke, you were a woman. Hey, guy.
Here's the damn fat pop's going. That's my Uncle John, and he's way more of a man than you've ever been. He's a man's man. You want to talk about pussy? He's gotten millions of pussies over... Vaginas. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, the last time we spoke, you said that you're more man than I'll ever be and more woman than you'll ever get. But you seem to have abandoned the tranny thing.
Yeah, well, I'm not trans anymore. You know, I discovered myself.
Oh.
I was gender fluid for a while, you know, but then I got rid of the tranny in the car, and now I'm just trying to be a man like you.
Okay. So
honestly, Gavin, it took me years to figure it out, but doing what I was doing, I wasn't going to get any women doing that. Now I've got a girlfriend. She's from Ontario. I've got my Beamer I'm fixing right now. I got a moped, a Honda scooter, the one that I told you about the first time we met. I've got that. He's fixing it. He's already took it up to Tennessee to his house.
Okay, but slow down. You're not sitting on it like a secretary, are you? Like with your knees together? Or is it the kind like a crotch rocket where you sit with your legs on the side?
No, sir. No, sir. This is one that you sit regularly.
Oh, good.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I've honestly just, so many things have gone better. You know the old Seinfeld episode where George Costanza starts doing everything opposite in his life that he would normally do? Like, he gets into a situation, instead of reacting like he normally does, he does the opposite.
Yes, we're familiar with that, yep.
All of his life's problems. I hate you, Gavin. I really do. I hate your guts. But honestly, I can give you kudos. You were right about that. You know, we disagree on some fundamental things. You know, political ideology, sure. But I'm going to give you a point for basically trying to help me at a time when I couldn't be helped.
That's all I ever told you, you fool. I said be normal. But you listen to a bunch of dumb social justice warriors that want to ruin you.
Normal, Gavin! Okay? Just because we disagree politically does not make me not normal.
No, we don't
okay?
disagree politically. I'm right and you're wrong. And you keep discovering that again and again.
What?
You keep discovering that I'm right and you're wrong because you keep listening to social justice warriors. They don't have your best interests in mind. I do.
Yes, they do, Gavin. They want everyone to be treated equally and to be paid equally, not just maternity leave.
No, they want you to suffer because they hate men. I'm your dead dad. I'm what your only hope for testosterone.
Why do you always bring up my dead dad, you He's not even dead, okay? He ran away when I was a child. All right, and that's not funny.
I'm your gone dad. I'm your new dad. I'm your daddy now.
I don't bring up when you get in car wrecks with your family. Why are you doing that? At least my dad didn't do that.
I got in a car. You really love that I got into a car accident once. I don't really think that's the pinnacle of sin.
I don't love that you got into a car accident, especially with a woman and children. I'm just thinking you always
my kids weren't in the car, you
but
buffoon.
you never take time to look into the freaking mirror.
You know what? Instead of worrying about my kids and whether they're in a car when I had an accident or not, why don't you make kids? What are you, like 40 now? You're
actually, Gavin, I do plan to have kids. I'm proposing to my girl in a year at the Ed Sheeran concert, and then I'm going to be making babies with her. Most likely gingers because she's a redhead herself.
How old are you? Can we see your head? You're balder than my grandfather. Yeah,
I'm not bald.
You look like a founding father. You look like Ben Franklin.
Excuse me, George Washington was a redhead himself.
Yeah, okay,
so I don't know
great.
what you're talking about. If you talk about being proud to be an American, shouldn't you be proud of redheads and
Look
what we've
how-
accomplished?
Look how far back in history you have to find to discover someone who looks like you that has merit. You got to go back to the beginning of America.
Why do you make fun of my hairline? You know that's male pattern baldness. That means you're more virile. My Meemaw tells me that men that are bald have more sex drive.
All right. Well, why don't you use that sex drive on a living human being? How old are you?
I'm 24. I'll be 25 October 30th, my birthday.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. So we're doing all right here. So you've
I'm getting a car. I'm getting an apartment in Ontario with her. I'm moving to Canada to get away from Trumpers like you.
All right. So worst case Ontario, we have you married and trying to make babies within the year.
Yes.
And away from all those obese.
Together. I'm trying to give you credit, Gavin, and you still piss me off. Now my fucking head hurts.
Hi, guys. I'm a lady. My name is Andrea. They never have a normal name, right? It's always like, I'm Argentia. My name is Sandy, and I'm a lady because I want to be a lady. That's not ridiculous. That's not funny. And I'm going to be in the military, too. I'm going to be in the foxholes. I'm going to be carrying a pack, an 85-pound pack on my back in 150-degree heat next to you. And I'm just going to be like, should we go in there? I think there might be a jihadist. I think Omar Khadr might be trying to blow us up. Hey, guys, let's move it in. Let's move it out. Come on, guys. And then I wake up, I'll be with the other chicks on the Friday night. I'll put on that sounds reasonable, right? No, it doesn't sound reasonable. So no, you can't. If you're this ridiculous, you can't be in the military. I don't think you can be in the military in combat if you have flat feet or shin splints. Or bad vision. So if you're this weird and unsure about what reality is, no, you can't be in the military. Trump is right. He's not saving much money. Actually, there was Seth Meyers' writers all got together. And this is a weird thing, too. I think what he's doing is he's parading the fact that not all of his writers are white men. But anyway, their writers appeared on the Seth Meyers show to explain it to us in layman's terms. Can we roll that tape? Let's see what's going on.
Thanks, Seth. We're here because we're upset about the president's discriminatory tweets.
And because today it might be trans people.
But tomorrow it's gay people.
And the next day it's
Can
black
you just
people.
pause
And
it?
after that.
Boy, they're really getting their money's worth out of being not white, right? She goes, and then it's going to be gay people. And look, I'm black. They really love to virtue signal how not white male they are. Anyway, go ahead.
It's women.
And then it's immigrants.
Oh, he already came for the immigrants.
Oh, and women.
And black people.
And the gays.
Oh,
Wait, just pause. He came for the immigrants? He said we have a Muslim ban because we're under siege. I don't know what he did for the gays. He came for the gays. And what did he do to women? Is abortion illegal yet? Which, by the way, is not a male-female thing. 50% of women are pro-life. So, and black people, what did he do to black people? I don't understand. That's just a given now? We're going to giggle about it? All right, go ahead.
President Trump, you just requested a $600
Trouble reading
billion
there?
military budget. You think you can't afford health care for trans people? The military spends $41 million a year on Viagra.
Viagra.
What are you guys doing?
Can you just
Screwing
pause it?
the enemy?
I think they spend money on... That's enough, by the way. I don't want to watch that anymore. I think they're spending money on Viagra because a guy's having trouble getting it up when he fucks his wife after being away at combat, because every time he gets naked, he imagines his friend's head blown off. And seeing the previous guy... we were reading the other day about dismembered soldiers where they take the heart out and eat it. They eat our Marines' hearts for strength, and then they sell their fingers in the black market. So those guys can end up being a little disturbed when they come home. I'm sorry if we prescribe them some Viagra to help their marriage. But everyone's real mad about this trans ban, and it's just virtue signaling, and it's lying. Are there really people like this in the military? Are we supposed to believe that? What did Caitlyn Jenner say? No, pull up the Lady Gaga tweet first. POTUS, sincerely. Whoa! She's pissed. Did you know of the group you singled out today? 45% of them, ages 18 to 24, have attempted suicide already. Yeah, that's what we're screaming. They're mentally ill. People who get sex changes tend to kill themselves because they have mental illness, depression, bipolar, all kinds of other things. They chop their dick off, and then they still have mental illness, depression, bipolar, and they go, oh my God, I cut my dick off and it didn't fix it up. So I don't want them in the military. They're not mentally sound individuals. What did Caitlyn Jenner say, too? There are 15,000 patriotic transgender Americans in the U.S. military. Okay. I had to look that up because I thought 15,000. I didn't know there was 15,000 transgender people alive. What the hell are they talking about? This is transgender when you're a dude who puts a wig on. And of course, the media is combing through the tapes trying to find an example of this in fatigues. And the best they could do was this guy, Kristen Beck. He calls himself a woman. He just looks to me like a gay dude who's really into Motley Crue. How is this a chick? He's not even trying. If you're going to become a woman, you know, put some lipstick on for fuck's sakes. Could you be more? Why are they all so half-assed?
Is not good to have on TV. But my initial response was like, WTF? Is he serious? You know, I mean, this just does not make any sense, especially when you start blaming this on like taxpayer money. Fiscal
Can you just pause it? It's not really the money. It's not like we were going broke giving you sex changes, but taxpayers don't want $50 going to a soldier's fake tits. I mean, they don't want a penny going to that. It's ridiculous. That's not what we signed up for. It's not how they invented the military. Can you imagine telling Winston Churchill when he's in the Great Boer War that this is what we're going to be talking about in a century or however long ago that was? Go ahead.
You know, it's a leadership problem. It's not a money problem. This is a leadership problem. It's not a distraction. This is a leadership problem.
He's good at talking anyway.
I find it, you know, unbelievable that you're going to.
So anyway, the understanding here is that there's all these great trannies in the military, and we're going to abuse them now and take them away. By the way, if you're really good at being the other gender, just don't tell anyone. I mean, if you're a lady and you look like a chick and you've got a high voice, you don't look like that guy, the Motley Crue fan, then just don't tell anyone and just be a chick. Do you want everyone to talk about how you're trans all the time? Remember that dude on Survivor who they found out was a chick and he said, I didn't want people to know because I didn't want people to talk about it. Yeah, don't talk about it. Why do you talk? Why do you mention that you're gay? Like, say I only did anal sex with my wife. Can you imagine me telling that to people? They'd go, gross, shut up. I don't want to hear about your sex life. So gays, stop talking about being gay all the time. It's gay. But anyway, this 15,000 doesn't make any sense to me. And I saw it came from a study the UCLA School of Law did where they interviewed 6,000 transgenders and 20% of them turned out said they had served in the armed forces. Now, there's about 1.3, 1.2 million people. First of all, I don't get that. You interview 6,000 trannies, they said they served in the force, and then from that you extrapolate 15,000? 1% of people are gay. So 1% of 1.5 million is 15,000. That means 100% of the gays are trannies. That's not been my experience. Is tranny just like a lesbian who goes, I feel kind of tough? Oh, now you're transgender because you're not a typical lady. So I call BS on this entire concept. It doesn't seem to make any sense to me, but this sums it up beautifully. This was Gateway Pundit had this series of tweets that went viral where this guy goes, okay, let's say it's 15,000 of this. All right? That's not good. So even their crazy scenario that Lady Gaga and Caitlyn Jenner is talking about still shouldn't be in the forces. Can you scroll down a little bit? So, blow it up. I'm blind. He says, every day was Groundhog Day. No, that's good. Every day was Groundhog Day. Wake up and do the same patrols, the same shifts every single day. It was so damn hot. 150 degrees in the gun trucks. Has anyone talking about this even experienced 150 degrees? Tracer fire would go overhead occasionally at night. IEDs on the road were a daily threat. We got resupplied food every 8 days. Keep going. QFR was an hour away. After they made the minimum 3-gun truck rule, after the guys got kidnapped, life got harder. The stress of being out there and doing the same job every single day eats away at you. The younger guys had problems with that over time. Any tiny little personal issue, and this is not tiny. This is a big issue. They had suddenly became a mountain, and that shit came out on that fire base, and they snapped mentally. After stepping on each other's nuts, living in the same can for 5 months, which I would love to see any of you even try. Guys were at each other's throats. The stress made it worse. Keep going. Guys would literally snap over a Dear John letter. Their personal issues came out, and they were instantly combat ineffective. Now, take someone confused about whether they're a man or a woman, take those psychological and emotional issues and put them in that environment. Take someone who's right off the bat not uniform or part of the same team, give them special treatment because of their identity? You have to be incredibly tough mentally, physically, and emotionally. War's not a fucking video game. It tests every ounce of your being. Yes. You see, what's really going on here is we are trivializing what men in combat go through. When we say women need to be in the Marines, oh, you don't have to do pull-ups. Just do a third of a pull-up and you can be a Marine. What you're saying is being a Marine isn't that important. We're saying being in combat isn't that stressful. We're saying, anyone can do it. Just let everyone in. It's not a special skill. It's not a unique talent. Flat-footed people, come on in. No, it's a very specific skill set. And you're trivializing it by saying anyone can go. And by the way, trannies, you're trivializing women. To just put on a bra and a wig and go, hi, I'm a lady. I'm not just a Motley Crue fan. You're implying that a woman is something you can just buy on a shelf. No, sorry. You can't have it. You can't be a Marine and you can't be a woman. Sorry.